One chef is determined to stamp out food waste.
I did come in touch with a lot of food waste, right from the point of ingredients that we used in cooking. Sometimes the way industrial kitchen, we peel vegetables, we end up losing a lot of edible parts of the vegetable to waste.
I recover food that would have gone wasted along the supply chain to feed those who can't afford. My name is Chef Elijah Ado, and I'm a change maker.
Growing up, my childhood ambition was to become a medical doctor, but at the tender age of about 11, I lost my parents. Along the line, I developed the passion for cooking. It connects me to moments that I used to spend with my mom. I became a chef.
Ado says when he worked as a chef in a restaurant in Accra in 2011, a man with a mental disability would come pick up the leftover food and deliver it to other vulnerable people on the street.
I tried finding out from him why he does that. His response to me was, if he doesn't do it, who will? And that response struck me to the point of thinking how I can now use my profession as a chef to bring food to those who can't afford.
Inspired, Elijah opened Chefs for Change, a foundation which helps chefs donate excess food to local charities. But that wasn't enough for him.
I realized food waste in Ghana was not just limited to the hospitality sector. It also was a problem along every phase of the food supply system.
In 2015, Elijah rebranded Chefs for Change to go beyond the hospitality industry and launched Food for All Africa, a community food bank serving Ghana.
Food recovery is the main source of our operation.
Food for All Africa collects surplus non-perishables from supermarkets, retailers, and everywhere in between. The donations are then sorted and redistributed to dozens of charities and schools.
We provide them with guidelines on how to use the ingredients so that they use it into preparing meals for their beneficiaries, so that it ensures that the nutritional aspects are taken care of.
Next, Elijah shows us how his non-profit is giving back during the pandemic. Chef-turned-humanitarian Elijah Ado runs the thriving community food bank, Food for All Africa. But he says finding the first donor wasn't an easy task.
When we started, it was quite challenging to convince corporate entities, especially, to donate their excess food products. So we took an advocacy approach. But we had to also educate corporate entities on the economic impact of food waste to their business. And then companies started realizing the advantages that it derives for them.
The non-profit is also involved in social development projects and employment programs.
We provide vocational training for some beneficiaries. We intend training more people and recommending them for jobs within the hospitality sector.
The COVID-19 pandemic didn't stop Food for All Africa's operations. Ado says thanks to training from a partnering food bank network in the US and extra funds from donors, they were able to scale up and adapt their programs.
We are in one of our beneficiary schools. However, because school is not in session, instead of the food being cooked now, we do food bags. Then we come to the school. We make sure they inform the parents who allow their children to come over to come and receive a food bag which can be used at home to cook meals for them. So with the food bags we provide to the students around this time, it doesn't just help the student, but as well the parents and then their siblings in the home.
Elijah also ramped up the delivery of hot meals to homeless people.
We almost got mobbed up during the lockdown here because we bring the food and in few minutes it's finished. We were doing over 3,000 packs a day during the pandemic lockdown.
We've realized that the pandemic is still prevailing, and the rate at which we were expecting that people can get access back to their jobs, can get back access to their livelihood is not going as planned. And that is the main reason why we still extending some of the programs.
Today, the team is traveling to the countryside to deliver food to a farming community.
The COVID pandemic is as well affecting farming communities because once economic activities in urban centers are restrained, it becomes difficult for farming communities to get their products out onto urban centers to be sold. We've had instances where we come to this community after providing them with food bags and food ingredients. They provide us with agricultural products that they are not able to sell, like cassava, tomatoes. In some instances, they also give it to us to go and feed others with it. And that's the beauty of food for all.
For here, sometimes it's not easy to get a rice or biscuits, so we are happy.
When I used to cook in the restaurant and people pay for the food they enjoy, most often than not, they don't get to see you. But the joy of having to cook from the kitchen of hope we have here at Food for All Africa is such that you input all your energy, all your effort, knowing very well that whoever is going to enjoy this food that will not be able to pay you physical cash. The only thing they will be able to do for you is to say thank you, is to open up through the food you have given them, to share their story, to share their experience, to share their challenges with you. And I feel more joy in doing cooking for such people.
Now, I'm famished after all this food talk. I'm going to go find something to eat, but make sure you check out our website to catch changemakers across Africa serving their communities. I'm Ari Tokwo, and I'll see you next week.